Next on Worcester News tonight, servicemen and women honored tonight at the Worcester Bravehearts Military Appreciation Night. We'll have the story. Plus, thousands people visit the Tower Hill Botanic Gardens. More from Free Fun Friday. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Catherine Andrioli. Military Appreciation Night tonight at the Worcester Bravehearts, honoring service members and veterans. A big turnout on a warm summer night at Hanover Insurance Park. Current service members and veterans were in attendance and were honored at tonight's game versus the Seacoast Mavericks. Also in attendance were various groups offering services in support of the troops and veterans. The Better Business Bureau of New England was there to offer resources to help protect troops from scams and fraud targeting the military community.
Well, the military, like other groups in our community, are targeted for different types of scams. Well, sometimes correspondence can arrive that pretends it's from the government relating to something that's important to them, trying to get their personal information. We don't want them to respond to that. And other times, young people that just join the military might be targeted for expensive monthly payments on merchandise that they don't really need.
The Bravehearts have one more week left in the regular season as they make a push for the playoffs. Andy Lacombe will be with us later with a recap of the game. President Trump facing criticism for his tweet this week on banning transgender individuals from serving in the military. A local college professor weighing in tonight on the impact on the mental health it can have. President Trump tweeted a series of tweets, one of them saying the military cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgenders in the military would entail. Those tweets are now facing criticism and backlash from many. Anna Maria College's director of criminal justice programs is concerned about the president's tweet and believes this is an example of intolerance that can seriously impact the mental health of those individuals serving in the military.
Fight for their identity, and to have not only their identity as a transgender, but also the military identity that becomes a part of military personnel, of who they are. And to have that stripped away is kind of a double slap in the face. These are our heroes. These are people who sacrifice life, limb, family, finances, everything for our safety. What somebody looks like or how they speak or how they dress or how they act, because that doesn't degrade their quality of intelligence, who they are as a person, especially not what they can contribute to our armed forces.
And Senator John McCain condemning the president's tweet in a statement this week, saying any American who wants to serve our country should have the opportunity to do so and should be treated as the patriots they are. It was a beautiful day Friday, and many took advantage of the warm weather by visiting the Tower Hill Botanic Gardens. One was one of their popular days of the year. Cam Jandro was there and has more.
It's a really wonderful place to come and connect with nature.
Tower Hill Botanic Garden in Boylston hosts its annual Free Fun Friday. Sponsored by the Highland Street Foundation, the 132-acre property is free to the public for one day, offering a unique experience with nature for all visitors.
We were originally a farm, but now we're a vibrant botanical garden. So we've got about 20 acres of formal gardens, plus lots and lots of miles of trails and really nice natural areas. We've got beautiful ponds and fountains and lots of great things for visitors to come see.
Thousands had a chance to go on nature walks and admire the vast amount of plants and flowers. CEO Grace Elton says it's important for Tower Hill to waive admission and show off the garden.
So other people can come and experience a museum or a garden or a cultural site that they've never been to before, and they might not be able to attend on a normal day because of the admission price. So we want to make sure that we waive that at least one day a year and allow them to come enjoy our gardens.
Now, this is the only day of the year you can get in without admission. Tower Hill said by noon Friday, nearly 2,000 people had already gone through the garden, an opportunity some visitors say they just couldn't pass up.
Just looking at the flowers and getting some ideas with my garden at home. It's just a beautiful place, the water gardens, the sculptures, everything. It's beautiful. Nice to be outdoors.
Be outdoors is fun. Just look at nature. Yeah, I'm a big nature guy. I love all the colors.
And some were lucky enough to see some wildlife in the garden.
Tell him what you saw.
I saw a snake.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
And many were soaking up the sun today on Lake Quinsigamon, where people were renting boats, sailboats, kayaks, and even some paddle boards. Regatta Point is a popular spot in the summer. Executive Director of Community Sailing, Casey Duva, says it's been a very busy summer for boat rentals. Here at beachgoers can take out kayaks or learn to sail during the summer months. Duva says it's a great way to spend a summer day and enjoy time with family and friends. That nearly 100 people take boats every weekend here at Regatta Point.
Kayaks, canoes, and paddle boats, we probably put 50 to 100 people on the weekends, and during the weekday maybe 40 to 50. Sailboats, we probably do in the summertime with our camp. We have 100 boats, and all 100 of them are on the water. It's learning to maneuver a boat and being in charge with no adults on board. You know, they're the captain. For an adult, it's really about unplugging. You can't mix your cell phone and technology and the water, and so what happens is people unplug, they reconnect with their friends, their family, and they just enjoy the relaxing speed of boating.
And Regatta Point will be open this weekend. You can learn more about taking a sailboat or a kayak out by visiting the lake and enjoying the beautiful weather. And the Paw Sox, the Pawtucket Red Sox, confirming tonight they have visited Worcester twice in the last week. It might be a positive sign professional baseball could soon return to Worcester, but there is a lot of support for a baseball team already playing here in the city. The Worcester Bravehearts aren't worried about another team coming. They're focusing on their team finishing strong.
Since starting in 2014, the Worcester Bravehearts have worked to become a household name in central Massachusetts. Friday, the team held their last day of youth baseball camp.
It's a great opportunity for our players to get to really become role models for kids between the ages of 6 and 12. It's a great opportunity for kids in the community to come out, learn about physical exercise, learn about being good teammates, practicing good sportsmanship.
General Manager Dave Peterson says attendance at games and community support has grown over the years.
In 2015, we got up to 1,900. 2016, we were all the way up at 2,200 last year. And that is where we are trending now. We're looking to be about 100 fans per night ahead of where we were last year, if not more.
Now with word the Pawtucket Red Sox are looking at Worcester as a potential spot to relocate their team, Peterson says he's only focusing on making the Bravehearts product as good as possible.
We can't concern ourselves with what's going on in the city with other teams or companies that might be moving here. We have to do our best job right here on the field so that people remember us.
The Paw Sox confirm they have made 2 trips to the city to check out a potential spot for their new stadium.
The city loves baseball, whatever level it is, and they've really taken to us.
Bravehearts pitching coach Casey Cummins says he's not worried about losing fans since the Bravehearts are a summer collegiate baseball team and a lot of players' family and friends come to watch them play.
These guys, all college kids, they're all trying to get ultimately to the Major League Baseball, and I think the fans appreciate that.
With 4 home games left in their regular season, the Bravehearts say they aren't worried about anyone but themselves and their fans.
I'm a Braveheart through and through, and that's kind of what we're focusing on right now.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
The jackpot for the Powerball and Mega Millions drawings are attracting many in hopes of winning big. The Mega Millions prize will be drawn tonight at 11 o'clock, and the estimated winnings is $282 million. According to their website, the odds are at 1 in 14.7 million. But the owner of the Burncoat Market says it isn't stopping people from purchasing tickets in his store.
People are excited to win. You know, it's just not happening over here in Massachusetts, but hope we do.
The Powerball numbers will be drawn Saturday night. The prize, $239 million. Now to an update on a story we brought you yesterday. A kitten found in the woods in North Brookfield Saturday is recovering. The estimated 3-month-old kitten was trapped in barbed wire. Our Brittany Schaefer has the story.
She's got a long road ahead of her because of the injuries.
3-month-old Freddie is still playful even after having a rough week. The kitten was rescued in North Brookfield Saturday. He was found in the woods, trapped in barbed wire.
They had to actually cut the wire and bring the wire and the kitty into the clinic. and then they immediately had to do the surgery to get the wire off. It had completely cut off circulation to the leg.
Cheryl Blancato is the executive director of Second Chance Animal Shelter. She says the kitten is lucky to be alive.
You couldn't get near her because she was in so much excruciating pain. After they got her sedated and could really look at it, that's when they saw the extent of the injuries. I mean, if somebody didn't notice, this cat in the barbed wire would definitely have died.
Veterinarian Dr. Ashley Humes says she's never had to perform a surgery like this one ever before.
There were a few of the spurs kind of caught in his skin, and we actually had to rotate the barbed wire in a circle because he had spun around.
This week, Second Chance took in 3 more kittens found in the same area. One kitten had another serious injury.
What has happened is the eye was so badly infected that it actually burst. Once we rushed him into surgery, took the eye out because there was nothing left to do. Now the kitten's acting very normal and doing much better.
As for Freddie, things are looking up for the 3-pound kitten.
She's staying with the foster for now, and the foster has already showed some interest in adopting her, so that's really wonderful.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
A key figure in the Boston Archdiocese clergy sex abuse scandal is released from prison today. Defrocked priest Paul Shanley will now be living in Ware. Alicia Palumbo has reaction from concerned residents.
To say to the victim. 86-year-old defrocked priest and convicted child rapist Paul Shanley had nothing to say as he walked up to his new apartment on Pulaski Street in Ware Friday afternoon. Earlier in the day, he hid, lying down in the backseat of this car as he left the Ware Police Department after registering as a level 3 sex offender. Police snapping this photo to alert Ware residents Shanley will be living here following his release from prison after serving 12 years of a 15-year sentence.
It's always a safety concern, but we've got a great department. We're going to continue protecting everybody's rights, regardless of who they are.
But residents in this small Western Mass community were upset they weren't notified sooner.
I'm going to cling to my granddaughter, and just keep an eye on all the kids.
There's just too much going on this street. There's too much crime.
In fact, we checked the sex offender registry and found 6 level 3 sex offenders, including Shanley, living or working on Pulaski Street, and 25 level 3 sex offenders living or working in the town of Ware.
It's extremely disheartening.
Ariel Lask, who is opening a dance center for adults and children 2 years old and up across the street from Shanley, promised surveillance cameras, alarm systems, and spotlights to try to protect her students.
It's terrible. I would never want a sex offender anywhere near any child, but whether it's across the street or down the road, there's children everywhere.
Alicia Palumbo.